Hey everyone, good morning. Hey, it's John Taylor. I'm on my trading desk and prop trading desk today and news desk. Today is Monday, November 24th, 2025. Thanks for joining me. Do me a favor, give my video a like and a share, and please subscribe to my channel. Got a lot of news to go over today, this Monday. It's incredible. So let's take a look first on bar chart. Stocks set to open higher. Stock market's going to open up in about 10 minutes here on Monday as investors await key U.S. economic data. So kind of looking at the economic data, S&P futures are up fractionally. December Nasdaq futures are up. Investors gear up for a week of key U.S. economic data amid growing expectations. Is the Federal Reserve going to cut interest rates in December? Lower bond yields are supporting stock futures. Treasury yields slipped as traders bet that delayed economic reports coming this week would strengthen the case for the Fed rate cut. A lot of news on Doge also too for government shutdowns and things that are going on there with efficiency. And Friday's trading, Wall Street's major equity average closed higher. Ross stores climbed 8%. The Nasdaq, after a big retailer posted upbeat Q3 earnings. Most chip stocks advanced. GlobalFoundries rising more than 5%. On Semiconductor gaining 4%. In addition, Intuit rose 4%. Man, maker of TurboTax getting ready for the tax season. Intuit, Vive Systems slumped 9% after cloud software provider weaker than expected Q3 adjusted margins. So, it's hard to call bottom in the correction. So we've seen a stock market rout, and then also in the AI stocks, the artificial intelligence, and then quantum computing, and then cryptocurrency. We're going to cover that in a minute. Again, not financial advice. I got to say that. Not a financial advisor. So Bitcoin's rolled over into a bear market. Ethereum, XRP, Solana. Economic data released on Friday showed the U.S. global manufacturing PMI fell to 51.9 in November. So we've got a lot of news there. So, on bar chart, the big news headlines, though, we have to kind of look at this. And if you stay with me to the end, I give you free alpha. I'm kind of looking at MicroStrategy stock or strategy with Michael Saylor and then Peter Schiff versus the gold market. S&P futures again up. Crude oil up fractionally. The VIX is at 22.65. Gold up at $4,079 to the ounce. Target price, United Rental stock is in the news. Generac Holdings, EPAM Systems. So stores kept prices down in a tough year for turkeys. So you're getting ready for Thanksgiving, turkeys and Thanksgiving and stuffing and sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes and green beans, and then a lot of different desserts will be made, for Thanksgiving. Wall Street points higher to kick off holiday short trading week. China, takeoff of China's flying taxis. So you're going to see drones everywhere in the sky and flying taxis and robots everywhere. S&P futures, minis are up here. Stock market are open about 6 minutes. S&P's up about 50 points. The Nasdaq 100 is up 261 points. The Dow futures up 161. The VIX again at 21. The Dixie at 100. The U.S. dollar's been strong, so that's causing the dippy dip in Bitcoin, I guess. U.S. dollar index, the 10-year, we've got to look at the yield on the 10-year at 113-095. Crude oil at $58 to a barrel. Nat gas, gold again at $4,077 to the ounce. Silver hanging in there at close to $50 the ounce. So let's talk of the stock market leaders. Google, Alphabet, Class A is active, up 3%. NVDA, Tesla's active, off about 1%. Microsoft, Mr. Softy, active. Meta Platforms. Google C, Class C shares, up about 3%. Nova Nordisk is active with news. Apple Computer's active. Home Depot, and then Qualcomm. So these are the active stocks and the news stories on bar chart. Now let's look at what's going on here on the news. You stay with me to the end. All right, let's take a look at technical difficulties here real quick. Stocks gear up. This is being reported on Yahoo Finance. Stocks are gearing up for a tech-led rebound. There was news about Robinhood last week, and stocks are looking to recover from pullback driven by AI trade worries as rate cuts. People are on the street, on Wall Street, are thinking that rate cuts are going to happen there in next month. So is the Fed going to save the day and lower interest rates in December? Amazon data center operations is much larger than known. So data centers, a lot of news with it. Nova Nordisk stock is hammered down about 8 to 10% on Alzheimer's trials. Fed's Waller calls for December cuts, so the Fed's calling for the lowering of interest rates. Big tech's AI debt threatens to swamp credit markets. So a lot of capital is being raised for data centers. Retail earnings highlights a holiday shortened week. Bed Bath & Beyond, Bitcoin funds head for the worst month as 3.5 billion pulled out of funds for ETFs for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Morgan Stanley, U.S. stocks likely nearing end to the pullback. So Morgan Stanley's calling a bottom. EU, no tariff cut coming as first talk since U.S. deal. So this is what being reported on Yahoo Finance. So Revolt hit with a 75 billion, hits a 75 billion valuation and new capital raise related to NVIDIA. Lutnick says EU must relax digital rules for lower steel tariffs. Oil swings as prospects for Ukraine peace deal dominate. So, is President Trump going to make the art of the deal and then, have peace in the Ukraine? European defense stocks at near 2-month low. So, Performance Food Group, scrap merger talks, so merger arbitrage there. Amazon X Energy gets backing from Jane Street as investors bet big on nuclear. Amazon, and then Double Line, AI funding, and Amazon's worst nightmare, clever trick causing, so there's Kohl's appoints Michael Bender to be permanent CEO. So the stocks rise, Trump's healthcare plan, Bitcoin, and United Airlines, Ukraine peace deal, and robo-taxis, and big pharma news. Big Black Friday, AI bubble worries, Walmart and NVIDIA. A lot of news on Walmart, getting a new CEO. Why everyone got Bitcoin wrong. So this is it. This is the news. Dow Jones futures, Bitcoin rises a bit, NVIDIA, Apple Computer, Eli Lilly are in focus. NVIDIA isn't the only stock to watch. So there's other AI stocks out there that manufacture GPUs for data centers. So big dividend stocks, holiday shortened week, everyone. So this is what we have. This is the news. So I'm going to kind of look at here. Stay with me to the end. Thanks. Give my video a like and a share. And check out the links below. You can read my new ebook that I penned on Amazon Kindle. It's fascinating. I wrote an ebook and penned it recently and published it that you can read on mastering agentic AI from LLM prompts to autonomous systems. Check out, it's on Kindle. And then I also, have that book there. You can read it all for free on the link below, AI, Mastering Agentic AI in Data Centers. So this is the news, that we have. So let's look at bar chart real quick, see how MicroStrategy is doing. Opened up a position in MicroStrategy, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's informational purposes only. So strategy stock is in 100% downtrend. My BKCH ETF is pumping this morning. So it's part of my synthetic Bitcoin mining rig. So it's up about 3% this morning. So exciting news. Let's look at the companies that are inside of BKCH. Iron Limited, Coinbase, Bitmine, Immersion Technologies, Applied Digital, Cipher Mining, TerraWolf, Core Scientific, Galaxy Digital, Hut 8, and Bitfarms. I own stock in all these companies. Iron Limited. Let's see what's going on with Iron. Iron's up about, this morning in pre-market, up about 4%. Coinbase stock shares have been in the news. Coinbase is doing, it's up about, for today in pre-market early this morning was up about 4%. So Coinbase is doing well. Bitmine Tech Immersion, Bitminers, their stock's up nicely this morning, up 5%. I own shares in that. These companies, I have a synthetic Bitcoin mining rig that my readers and viewers know about. I invented about 5 years ago that I've been running. So I maintain a ratio about 7-to-1, 7 units of Bitcoin to the BKCH ETF. So, man, Applied Digital, Cipher Mining is up nice this morning. Cipher Mining's up about, pumping this morning, catching a bid right at the open, up about 8% on Cipher Mining. It operates a Bitcoin mining ecosystem in the U.S. They're developing cryptocurrency businesses. They're based in New York. Cipher Mining catching a bid. Big sell-off, in the cryptocurrency, trillions of dollars lost with the margin and leverage. I tip my new Bentley hat to all those who receive the margin call. Everything I do, is asymmetric risk. I own Bitcoin for well over 10 years. Core Scientific, amazing stock, up about 2% this morning. Hut 8's looking good, up about, pre-market was up as much as about 5% on Hut 8. So, Bitfarms Limited, fascinating. So, these stock shares, let's see what's going on with Strategy this morning. MicroStrategy, MSTR, it's now known as Strategy Inc. Been a lot of news with Michael Saylor versus Peter Schiff. Strategy is up a bit to $171, so I'm starting to nibble on some Strategy stock shares here. For the month, it's been off just the last month. Strategy shares off about 40%. And then in the last 3 months, it's off about 50%. In the last year, Strategy is off 57%. So some are saying that Strategy shares are being short rated by BlackRock, trying to, drive Strategy out of business or something to that effect, and causing, they want all the Bitcoin that's held by Strategy. So we shall see. So let's look at the technical opinion on Strategy here real quick. Let's see, MSTR. This is free alpha I'm giving my viewers. 100% strong sell. The low, 52-week low is 166. So I'm in Strategy, starting to build a position, less than $170 a share. So we shall see. It could go to zero, could go bankrupt. You never know. Or, MicroStrategy could get bought out. So we shall see what happens with Strategy. So I'm starting to accumulate it with that. That's really what I have for today on my trading desk and news desk. Of course, we got Thanksgiving coming up. So everything I say, I'm so thankful. I say this every day. I give thanks for my abundant supply, now manifested. I have it now. So MicroStrategy, stocks are pumping this morning. The S&P 500's up. Let's take a look at NVIDIA stock real quick. S&P's up about 1%, looking good. Stocks held in there. Nvidia, let's see how Nvidia opened up this morning. And Nvidia stock pre-market up about 1.5%, very active, manufacturing all the GPUs for all the data centers for Amazon and Microsoft and Oracle and Cisco Systems and my goodness, and Meta, Apple Computer, they're building data centers also. Apple Computer pumping this morning, up big, up about 2% for Apple Computer. There's news on it. Okay, so the trade's back on. You know, buy the dippy dip. I bought the dip in Bitcoin, close to about 80,000, and now it's pumping a bit back up. Microsoft is up about 1%, Mr. Softy. Amazon's building big data centers with GPUs and data centers and running AI, large language models on AWS. Amazon up about 2%. Looking good. Alphabet A, Google's amazing. I've been a shareholder in Google for years. Alphabet's up nice. Alphabet up about 5% in pre-market. Is that true? Man, that's doing great. A lot of news on Alphabet. It's a wonderful company. Broadcom's active. So the trade's back on. I mean, it's like Broadcom doing good, looking good, up about 6% this morning. It looks like the trade's back on the TAC. Alphabet C, GOOG, doing wonderful, up about 5%. So Google's rocking and rolling. Man, let's see, Meta Platforms, they're building data centers for the artificial intelligence and large language models with NVIDIA and advanced micro devices. And then, of course, Berkshire Hathaway announced about a week or so ago that they're making acquisition of shares of Google. So it's a good move. So that's what we have for today. The S&P's looking good. You know, the artificial intelligence and quantum computing stocks are doing better. Let's see, QTUM, it's an ETF. Quantum, Defiance Quantum ETF. Up nice this morning. Quantum owned stocks like Rigetti, Tower Semiconductor, and Rigetti Computing, Micron Technology, Teradyne, Advanced Micro Devices, Coherent, Intel, Alphabet A, Lam Research, and Ion Q. So, you know, the quantum stocks are back. The chip stocks are back. Big data center stocks are back. Apple Computer doing incredible. So that's what we have for today. Wonderful day, everyone. Short trading week. You know, continuing to nibble on some micro strategy. Let's see, MS Strategy Inc. I know I'm kind of repeating this, but I kind of do my free alpha here for you. Again, not financial advice, but strategy. We shall see. Is BlackRock going to purchase strategy, or is the government going to purchase some stock shares in strategy like they did with Intel? We shall see. So check it out. Tell me what you think. You know, check out the links below. And everyone, have a super wonderful, great day. It's John Taylor on his trading desk and news desk. Thanks.